Drama Llamas. Today we are going to be doing another makeup for your actor or your makeup artist to recreate, and that is today we are focusing on sort of gore and basic special effects. So we're going to create a bruise and like a little cut and abrasion, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get our hair up and get started. Okay, let's do this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get a master bruise wheel, stipple sponge, liquid latex, and some blood, maybe our quad, and some foundation to lay underneath everything. And of course sponges. Alright, let's get started with the mirror. When you get started, you always kind of want to map out where the bruise and stuff happen. So I'm doing an eye. So I'm going to start with actually yellow, and I'm going to make it the farthest out of the eye. Because if you look at a bruise, it has multiple colors, and yellow is the one that I'm going to use for outline. And then I'm going to move to a red. See, as I work my way in towards the point of impact. I'm gonna go for the purple. The thing about using a lot of cream makeup is that you can layer it, and the more you put on, the more you can always apply after. It's not like it's set. You're gonna see me working in towards the eye, maybe up a little, and I'm just playing with the sponge and my fingers to give it a more natural look. Then a darker purple for the deepest part of the bruise. So I've moved on to another side of my face to add what looks like bruising on that side. You don't want to make things symmetrical, because just like real bruises and abrasions and hits, nothing is perfectly round, nothing is perfectly even on one side or the other. So now I'm going to go back with my stipple sponge and some of the colors, and I'm going to stipple in a little bit. Think of it as like blood capillaries popping in your skin, and that does happen in a lot of bruises and abrasions. I'm also going to go down, use that stipple sponge on, like, say, my hands, almost like they're defensive wounds. Again, it's really, you don't want to make it perfect. Think about like where you would actually use your hands to defend yourself if that's the point of the bruise. And now I'm making, using my own hands as a guide, finger mark bruises on my arm. The bruises and abrasions you make tell a story. So now I'm going to use some liquid latex to create like an open gash or a scar. Liquid latex does have a distinct smell, and if you or your person you're applying makeup to is allergic to latex, then you're going to have to find some other mode to do this. You could also do this with Elmer's glue to create this sort of texture on my face. So I'm going to paint it on where I want it, and I'm going to let that bad boy dry. So now that it's dry, I'm going to go back in with some of those colors on the bruise wheel to kind of really highlight it, and then also use my stipple with some blood and a brush to kind of pack the fake blood into it. So a big note on stage blood is that it does not dry. It really does not. Real blood will dry, and stage blood does not. It gets everywhere. And see, you could see me unapplying it, reapplying it, adding more color, just to make it look more real. I also used some of my own brow hair to kind of like help stop the fake blood from dripping down too far. I am using the stipple sponge to help me dab on the fake blood onto my hand or onto my face. You can see me wipe it off. Stage blood also stains like crazy, so be careful when you're using stage blood. And you can see that I use it to help really scrape and add some effects to my makeup. Alright, Drama Llamas, this is it, the Gore Special Quick Effects makeup. All I needed was some certain colors to make the bruises, a little bit of liquid latex, some fake blood, and I've got myself my own scary makeup that I could use for Halloween, or say my character was in a giant fight or being abused, etc. So I hope that this is all fake and that it's here just for special effects. And if you have any questions, feel free to throw them down in the comment section of the video and start getting makeup done for you and your actors, okay? All right, so later, llamas. Bye.